What is a relationship to you? Is it about companionship, personal or shared mutual feelings, psychological or physical needs, emotions, support, finances, or social obligation? All of these things focus primarily on the self fulfilling and self indulging needs of an individual. When you are in a relationship, you tend to view the other person as a function, a means to an end, and never as an individual with their own life. Feelings, even when you acknowledge it, are relative to you. When they love you. When they hate you. When they go out somewhere or hang out with someone, it's somehow related to you, as in, it is your person who is hanging out with other people. Even when a person eats or wears, is somehow related to you. In such situations, the other person's sense of self and identity is deteriorated, especially if they are somehow dependent on you, like a child or a wife in patriarchal society. A person becomes a function, a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, a wife, a husband, or a lover. And as we know, which of the gender is more impacted from this? In the book The Vegetarian by Han Kang, the author the author Han Kang portrays the character of a female, Yeong-hye, whose autonomy over what she wants to eat is treated as defiance towards the society and everyone related to her. A person does not have autonomy over what to put inside the body, and this book explores it in ways more than one. The moment we are born, we are the child of someone, the manifestation of selfish desire for symbolic immortality, brought here to suffer as an ornament. The functioning entity is treated as an object. We dress according to the social obligations required of us, speak in the manner which reflects who we are and where we come from. All of our behaviors and mannerisms are not of our own choice, but rather a function. The way in which the autonomy and individuality is stunted and deformed is explored through the experience of a typical Asian household. In my opinion, if given the choice, it's always better to unalive yourself than to be born in an Asian family. But there is never a choice and no consent. Objects cannot consent. None of the Asians can develop enough to be able to choose anything. And we have made efficient systems which provide solution to this deformity. The Asian way of life, the traditions, the values, the rituals, so on. The authors write how the character is treated, the same as a child as when they are an adult, which in my personal opinion is still a lot better as compared to what I have seen. Her relationship with her husband is like a typical Asian marriage. The absence of consent in any form of autonomy and choice certainly does not exist. Her relationship with the rest of the family is same as we see around ourselves. What's so good in this book is the writing style and how the female character is sometimes described as a saint while suffering from some unsaintly things, further displaying how we tend to deify and objectify the things and people we show reverence towards. Everyone around Yeong-hye finds it's wrong that she is a vegetarian just because she had a dream. They need an explanation and justification. Otherwise, they consider Yeong-hye crazy because it's her choice. But unfortunately, The Vegetarian is not a story about choice or freedom. Yeong-hye's decision to stop eating meat isn't rebellion. It's the start of a mental decline. The dreams, the food refusal, the retreat into silence, and the fixation on becoming plant like. These are the markers of a psychotic break. The patriarchy and the Asian family culture drove her there. But what follows isn't autonomy or transcendence, as people often mistake it for. She is no longer in touch in reality. Which begs the question, Was she ever in touch with reality? Was she even a real person to others close to her? And to herself? Did she ever live as a real person, which means to live authentically? Han Kang writes slow collapse of the mind, crushed by objectification and control. A woman losing her grip on reality, while those around her mistake her suffering for symbolism. There are three major chapters in this book, never from the perspective of Yeong-hye herself. Therefore, the agency and the authenticity of the person, of the protagonist, is not present, which directly symbolizes the absence of consent and the absence of being a real person, which she has always felt. This isn't about freedom at all, but about being trapped in a world that only sees you as an object for utility and function.